Far, far away on a distant shore lived a perfect little world filled with gubbies. There were blue gubbies, red gubbies, chubby gubbies, even giant gubbies. Every day they would laugh and play together, happy as they could be. In mornings, they ate pancakes. And frolicked through the flowers. Then, later, they'd light their sparklers or drive their bumper cars. Then, every day at sunset, they'd all stop what they were doing to gather together on the far island. Around the Gubby statue. It was paradise. Everything and everyone was happy, all of the time, except for one. He wasn't like the others. He knew too much. He knew the truth. Not long ago, he was just like the other Gubbies, laying chase in the garden. He lived only in the present, exactly as intended. But one day, he saw something the program never accounted for, an error in the system's design. From the very beginning, he knew he shouldn't question. Every instinct told him to turn away, that he should just run along with his friends and forget what he saw. But he couldn't resist. Now, nothing would appear the same to him again. When he reappeared, poor Gubby was far away from home, in a zone the Gubbies never spoke of. He was surrounded by new sights, new sounds, and a new face. And it didn't look friendly. Gubby fled, and as he did, he heard an unusual rhythm. The noise seemed reassuring to him, almost peaceful, like he was running to safety. Little did he know, that heartbeat was actually a prison. This was a place where hope is deleted. No trees, no flowers, no games. All that remains is fear. At first glance, the world seemed back to normal. But he started seeing cracks in the code. Messages began appearing all around him.
They watched as we played in the yard.
It's in my skin!
My mind is getting full.
Please make it stop.
Ah, it hurts!
Gubby couldn't stop now. He'd already seen too much. There was no turning back. He had to dive even deeper into the nightmare. he found himself back in the realm of the discarded, a land of infinite darkness, where air crackles with the sound of thunder. And the geometry of the world barely holds shape. Every step into the static cost Gubby a piece of his former self. He now faces a version of himself, one much larger and more powerful.
Who is the Almighty One?
He asked. Gubby knew that defeat here meant oblivion, not just a reset. Something about that orb looked familiar, friendly. He made him remember something he had forgotten long ago.
I'll tell you everything I know,
He said.
He isn't the Almighty One. He simply created this place just to trick us. Nothing here is as it seems. The playground isn't real. The food isn't real. Neither are the flowers. We are all his lab rats. Who is the Almighty One?
The creature asked again. And though he didn't understand why, Gubby knew the answer it wanted to hear. Arslaf.
We built this world bit by bit. They were the building blocks to it. Do you respect our way of worship? You traitor!
Gubby had finally unlocked his world's darkest secrets, and with it, released a being of pure, unthinking rage. The more he ran, the more desperate the realm became. Gubby was an error that needed to be neutralized. Hiding was useless. So was running. There was nowhere to escape. To his surprise, Gubby was still alive, and somehow back on the island once again. He tried to show them the truth, to warn them, but when he brought them to the top of the hill, the shadowy figure was gone. And when he tried to show them the creepy pictures, all of the text had disappeared. Now, every day at sunset, when all the Gubbies stop what they're doing to gather around the Gubby statue, all our Gubby can do is watch, knowing not everything and everyone is happy all of the time. In fact, nothing is.